All right, we have UC's offensive coordinator, Zac Taylor. Zac, you've been here, what, a month and a half, something like that?
Yeah, about 2 months.
Enjoying the humid temperatures, very Miami-like under the bubble here, right?
I love it. This is really more my style. You know, mixing some cold weather, some snow. It's really more my style.
Yeah, well, change of seasons are nice. It's always nice to see. All right, I saw your scrimmage on Saturday. The offense at times looked pretty good. I mean, are you satisfied?
We're making progress. I'm not satisfied, but we're making progress. People are starting to understand our schemes a little bit better. They know where to go. Now we just got to clean up the details. I don't question the guys' effort. We're trying hard, but now we just got to be more detailed and more efficient as we run our plays.
There are some similar things, like you're able to throw the ball downfield, but in the running game, it looks like some things have changed.
Well, you know, we got to use the tight end. You know, we lost a bunch of receivers, so we got more tight ends in the game. We're trying to give the defense some variations with our formations and our motions and stuff to kind of keep them off guard. But right now, we're just trying to detail the run game and be as efficient as we can.
It seems like tight ends to me are always effective because a lot of times defenses forget about them and they sneak down the middle of the field and there they are. So
it allows you to do more in the run game, more in play actions, being able to tie them into the core of the formation, and so it just expands what we're able to do.
And your guys last year, the tight ends last year, they were on occasion able to get into the end zone too, so they can catch. And
absolutely. I think we got a good group. You know, we got one senior in DJ, and then we got a bunch of young guys who they can all run, they can all do the things we're asking them to do. So I think it's a group that we're going to be pretty happy with down the road.
Running backs last year they used 3. Do you see using 3, or would you like to get it down to a smaller number, or does it depend on what happens?
You know, we're going to use however many we got to use to keep those guys fresh, but we certainly have a good group of upperclassmen. There's no question about that. You know, they feel like some of those guys are the leaders of this team. They've been there and done that, and I like the way that they work, and I like the way they approach practice every single day.
And I've read where the guys are going to know when they're getting the ball. It's not going to be, you know, debatable there, the read option. It's more, you know, hey, this is the hole and you're going there. And unless, of course, they make their own hole, which some guys tend to do.
Yeah, I mean, they're talented, so they can do a lot of things in the run game. We will run some zone read, but for the most part, every intention that we have is to give the ball to the running back and let him carry the ball.
All right, a plethora of wide receivers. That's been the case here. Any that have stood out, or?
I think a lot of guys are green. You know, they're young, they're talented, but they haven't played much on the field. You know, the guys that stand out are Nate and Cleo right now because they've been there, they've played a little bit. There's a good group of guys that we expect to emerge as we continue to go here.
Nate Cole looks a little thicker than he did last year, and obviously, you know, as he gets older, he's more mature, and he just looks a little different on the field.
Well, he's dependable. You know, that's the biggest thing for me and for the quarterbacks is who is dependable at the receiver position, because if they're going to be where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be there, then the quarterback knows the time he can throw the ball and he can trust his receivers to make the plays.
And the quarterbacks, again, you got 4 different guys that can all move the chains and whatnot, and they all have different abilities and skills, and at times they've all looked pretty good.
It's a good group. It really is. I'm encouraged when I got here to see the group that I walked into. Those guys are all smart guys, and they can all throw the ball and they're accurate. So it's been a good competition for us so far, but I enjoy working with those guys.
All right, spring game coming up. The bubble comes down, so you'll be in the elements and see the ball flying around a little bit, maybe, huh?
It's exciting. Every time we get a chance to scrimmage and compete, instead of practice, I think the guys step it up a notch. You know, it's always we encourage competition at every turn. So the scrimmage and the spring game really provides that for our players.
All right, Zac Taylor, offensive coordinator.